moved from the DMV to Los Angeles. Right. And there is still a lot of change. Yes. And don't think that this stuff doesn't apply if you're trying to swing over here to the continent of Africa, because I had to deal with the cultural changes. I mean, this may sound funny to some of you all, but California used to be part of Mexico. You ever watch the Zorro movies?
Welcome back to AfrigaZone, for Africa to win. Wonderful people of the diaspora and in the diaspora, how are you doing? If you are here for the first time, my name is Raphael from the US diaspora, currently making a transition to return back home in Africa. And if you are seeing my lovely face for the first time, on this channel, I talk about the diaspora, I talk about pre, during, and post-transition. I also talk about the sectors of investment in Africa, especially in Ghana. I know some of the countries I connect and network with people in other countries, of couple countries in Africa, but not all of them. My name is Raphael from the US diaspora, on course of returning home. On this channel, I share and I document how I'm doing it, how I'm preparing. I'm a full-time RN, BSN, registered nurse here in America. By father's gift, I am a teacher. I am passionate about education. That's what it's about, this channel. Before this video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Take me to 10,000 by the end of April. That's the goal. That is our objective. Therefore, I'll let you delve into this video. I'll return. As always, we talk some more. Let's go, baby.
It's like they think they're moving from, like, say, New York to Atlanta or something like that. And you're still within your same country, and it's the same group of people, language, everything. Might be somewhat different, but it's totally different when you move to another country and you have to find out before you go, okay, how am I going to live? How's the language? There's a lot of things you really need to look into that a lot of times people just don't do that.
I want to even slow it down and think about what you just said. I moved from the Midwest to the DMV. That's DC, Maryland, Virginia. DMV, that's what it stands for. And that was a cultural shock. And that's what all this is about, actually, culture. It's a faster pace than where I was from in the Midwest. You got that New York, DC corridor, Baltimore, and it's just different. I remember standing on the corner of New York Avenue at the time I was working for IBM, and with a coworker, and some people came by in a car. They were women, and they said something to me, and I was like, "You could have been my wife." And she was like, "That's how it is, Mark, on the East Coast. Is folks are more aggressive." I was like, "Okay." So you and I and our whole family, we moved, or half our family, we moved from the DMV to Los Angeles, and there is still a lot of change. Yes. And don't think that this stuff doesn't apply if you're trying to swing over here to the continent of Africa, because I had to deal with the cultural changes. I mean, this may sound funny to some of you all, but California used to be part of Mexico. You ever watch the Zorro movies? I mean, I'm not saying you should get your history from the Zorro movie, but we really like Antonio Banderas and
Captain Zeta.
Yeah, what they do, we just kind of like that. Probably that Iberian Peninsula thing, but that's another thing if you all haven't studied our people. Anyway, but California used to be part of Mexico, so there's no, for example, things like queuing up in line when I'm on the metro trying to go to work in downtown Los Angeles. There's no, I mean, you just drive the way you want to drive. You just walk the way you want to walk. And I think I used to come home murmuring to you all.
The difference, you know, and like you say, you just do not think about those things. So if we're talking about things in the States, from state to state, that is different. It's like, another thing I want to say is that you may live like in the Midwest somewhere and you meet somebody from Alabama and they have an accent that's different than yours. And a lot of times people get jabs and say things, but they don't realize every aspect of different states that you live in, from Maine to Washington State to California to Miami, everybody's going to talk a little different. They're coming to Africa, you have different countries, different languages, Swahili, French, you know, it goes on. And so those are really things you really need to think about and look into to better adjust.
Reasons why people leave the continent and return to their home country, whether it's the UK, the United States, Caribbean, wherever. Money, business, and community. So in terms of money, we are blessed to be retired and have income flowing in for us on a consistent basis. We've also owned property and had rental residual income coming in, which is just fabulous. So that's a good thing. I know that even moving within the United States, there's this word that people are afraid of. It's called a budget. And I am guilty. I was saying this the other day.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not really knowing where every penny goes.
Right.
Now, the good news is we've been blessed and things have been handled okay. But if you can develop the skill before you come to the continent,
Yes.
it would be very good. I would behoove you to be able to keep track of where every penny is going, is something that comes to my mind.
Yes, because the spending you do there, if you're going to come to wherever you're moving to and you spend the same way, it may be a problem for you because things may be higher. You may be in a country that doesn't have a port or something like that. So things that are here, they may be very double, triple in price. If you're looking for some of the items or the name brands of things that you had in the States, it's going to be different wherever you go. If they don't have a port, or even if they do, it's just
the potential to
yes.
be more. So
Yes.
let's get personal. So I like my Amazon Prime, and I liked receiving things when we were in the States. And
Yes.
so I thought I didn't bring my keyboard with me. Not that I'm a great player or anything like that. I just want you to focus on. So here's this item. So I had purchased a nice Yamaha keyboard when we were in the States, and I did not bring it with me. So I said, well, I'll either go to the music store or purchase through Amazon. So I went to the music store, and this thing was, I think, not twice, but almost triple the cost. So you're talking a regular $300 to $400 item, and they were advertising it quite proudly at like 1,800 USD. And I was like, what? No, I don't think so. So let me get online and go to my trusted Amazon. Now the price on Amazon is pretty good. I was like, I'll just order it. They didn't have the exact model I want, so I got something else. But what hit me was the fact that you have to have an agent for something coming into the country, because they think that you might be selling it. So you have to prove that it's for personal usage. There's costs like VAT costs, taxes, and so forth. So the item almost ended up doubling in cost. And that's important to know because I may not have considered that in terms of budgeting and keeping track of my pennies. So I want to be personal here so you get an idea.
Right.
You come with your eyes open.
Right. I want to say another thing on the same thing that he said. Mine's on another thing that's personal to me too, is that I like eating healthy. And I wanted some protein powder that I ordinarily get when I'm in the States. And so when I ordered it, I know the price, but then because it's coming where we are and we don't have a port, it was going to be an extra like $30 or something like that. And it took a while getting here. It didn't come to the house. It went to the post office. So it had all these different stops before I actually got it. But those are the things that sometimes happen. You might pay whatever the item is, but then there's going to might be something added onto it. And you're like you said, paying double for it. So.
Thank you for staying tuned. Have you learned something from this video? I know you are here. You have so much enthusiasm. You are also in the preparation. You are willing. The joy to know that you're going to be part of this movement. You're going to be part of, of going back home and live finally in peace. I can see that. I can feel that. Of course, because I am part of it too. I'm not ignorant. I am part of it also, and I'm pragmatic. One of the information we can capitalize on from this video is that, the fear of financial sustainability, the reason behind people returning and coming back into the West cannot sustain themselves back home is that they run out of money. They run out of money. Beloved, this return is also individual. This return, it is also individual. I know how essential it is all of us to return, but it is individual. You must know and you must understand yourself. You must know your level of financial sustainability. You must know how much you need, how much you should have in order to make it back there. The struggle, be pragmatic. The problem through the phase pre-transition, during the transition, and beyond the transition, it is not, that's where most of the challenges are. The post-transition, after you have landed, after you have found a way to go through the preparation, how you sustain yourself financially, it is the most challenging, season. That season is filled with assimilation and adaptation. Now, you have completed your return. Money should be coming in. What kind of business, what kind of lifestyle you want to have? If you want to live there, it depends on how old you are. I am in my mid-40s. So, the level of my lifestyle is different. The way of my lifestyle is different than yours. And many people have already moved are there. When we go, we're going to meet them there. When I go every time, I meet them and I see them. Sometimes we have conferences, sometimes we have gathering. We meet each other. There's joy. We share things. We share our joys. We eat together. So the joy of gathering together, everybody has his own lifestyle. The house they live in, the area they live in, the neighborhood, on a daily basis. But if you don't know how they sustain yourself financially, and then some, they want to live, or they are living like in the West, and you want to live like them, but you don't have your financial sustainability. If you want to live there forever, if you move to live there forever until the end of your life, you must know, you must prepare, you must organize. That's why I talk about you need a cash flow business. You cannot go and look for another employment down there. That will not fulfill you. You need a cash flow income. And I have experiences in that area. And I'm going to be sharing with you on this channel some of the cash flow business, simple cash flow business that you can, get yourself into. And then also, what are some of the things that you can invest yourself in? I always say that your expertise is number one. Your expertise is number one. Do you have any transferable skills? If you have one, fine. If you have two, also good. If you have three, you need to visit first, survey the land. If it takes 2 times to visit, if you have 3 skills that you have, that's bringing you income over here, so that you will not go for a lot of money, saving a lot of money, try to build real estate. These are the second phase. The first phase of bringing some sustainable cash flow income, it is your expertise. I will not delve into it that much, but I will share it in my upcoming videos as a series. What are some of the transferable skills that are needed in Ghana that will help you continue to live your lifestyle, that will help you not running out of money? Therefore, I'll stop here today, and I hope you learned something very valuable. That's why I love you so much. We will all make it successful. Continue to tune in to with this channel, and you will never be disappointed. Subscribe, like, share this video in your community, because all of us, we want to make this return successful. Thank you for watching AfrigaZone, for Africa to win. Ciao. I'll see you in my next video.
Yeah, I don't wanna slow down, I don't wanna slow down, I don't wanna slow down till I burn out.